55 square miles of rare beauty in southwestern Utah was once the floor of a mighty sea. 5 limestone layers of varying hardness form the block from which nature, through countless centuries, has carved her glorious patterns. In this national park of surpassing beauty, thousands of visitors each year enjoy the delicate tracery and vivid coloring of Bryce Canyon, often called nature's cameo. Volcanic disturbances pushed plateaus high in the air, and torrential rains, water freezing and falling with the seasons, scoured and chipped out the fantastic patterns we see in Bryce today. Through the ages, streams have etched uneven paths across the areas of stone, now hard, now soft, adding streams and waterfalls to an already colorful landscape. Bryce Canyon is an example of raindrop erosion, in contrast with a more common process of wearing away by streams. Rain and snow gather abrasive particles to cut new patterns. Freezing water expands and splits rock formations. The result is a loose, moving mass, progressing slowly downward. Stone particles, large and small, are catapulted through temporary streams made by floodwaters, scouring out such familiar shapes as the Fairy Castle, the Great Cathedral, and a likeness of good Queen Victoria. At Bryce Lodge, guests get a warm welcome with a promise of good food and rest after helpful outdoor exercise. Cabins for the night have hot and cold running water, electric light, and an open fireplace. But many visitors bring their own shelter, and auto trailers, large and small, dot the campsites every night in the outdoor season. More than 100,000 visitors come to Bryce Canyon yearly, and over 40,000 of them have their own accommodations, ranging from the simple tent shelter to elaborate house cars. But they all have a good time. And how they eat. Appetites are one thing nobody has to bring along. They come naturally at Bryce. Experienced naturalists of the National Park Service go with foot trail parties through the canyon on scheduled trips. Let's follow the pathway to adventure as our ranger shows the way. The towering formations, rising 200 feet above the canyon base, dwarf our little party as it threads carefully down the trail. All sorts of feet, big ones, little ones, old ones, and young ones, follow the winding trails recently built to open new parts of the canyon to visitors. Walking, man's oldest form of locomotion, is a popular sport here. Against the blue of the western sky, a long series of pillars resembles a New York skyline, and so the rangers named this place Wall Street. The trail zigzags in and out among the cliffs. The sunlight marks the zigs and the shadows the zags. The guide cautions us not to zag when we should zig. Some of our party scorn the slow pedestrian gait and take advantage of the fine supply of horses in the park. There are 37 miles of bridle trails, and of course those on horseback can cover more ground than the ones who stick to walking. A magnificent vista of the canyon rewards the guests who persevere over some pretty rough going. Bryce Canyon boasts a battery of towers and minarets to rival a far eastern capital. The colors in these spires include many a shade and tint of red, yellow, blue, and delicate purple. For centuries, this lonely stone sentinel has kept watch. Nearby, Thor's hammer is held aloft. Every state in the Union is represented among the license plates at the park each summer. California led last year with 13,468 visiting cars carrying more than 38,000 passengers. Countries from all over the world are represented. Nearly 5,000 visitors came to the park recently in a single day. Some of the visitors have their own special ideas of how to utilize this newest, most convenient way of modern travel. One enthusiastic visitor is determined not to miss a single thing, so he takes his ride in the open with nothing to interfere with a view of mountain and scenery. This auto owner seems to have a sure eye for beauty. As night approaches, visitors take up stations along the rim road where they can watch the canyon and an ever-changing canvas bathed in brilliant color by the setting sun. 28 miles of modern auto roads make it easy to see the canyon from end to end. In this West Country, the other side of the mountain always beckons, and great buses join the parade of automobiles and trailers to new and changing scenes. Employees in the Camp Lodge are chosen from nearby universities and must be able to entertain as well as serve. Each evening, a musical or dramatic program is presented to lodge visitors. A cordial invitation to come again and a hearty handshake speed the parting guests. Just 120 miles from Bryce is a winding canyon leading to a great dome called Capitol Reef National Monument. It is sometimes described as Zion Canyon in miniature, with the color of Bryce Canyon. Enterprising ranchers have built homes and planted orchards close to this inspiring and rugged beauty. Excellent peaches of more than one kind flourish here. A few years ago, the beauties of Bryce Canyon and Capitol Reef were known only to those who lived nearby. Modern highways and modern automobiles have opened new realms of happiness and adventure. Broad, smooth roads beckon, and age-old mountains offer a quiet haven of rest and inspiration. To the family with a modern car, 1,000 miles is no obstacle, and even those who have only a week or two of leisure find it possible to enjoy these great national parks. Why not make them the scene of your vacation adventure? Be sure you have a modern, dependable automobile. Then go wherever you choose with safety, comfort, and economy.